Hello, everyone. The voice is kind of. The voice is gonna go in and out today. By the end of last stream, for some reason, it was like just drained beyond all belief. So it's gonna go in and out today, and I'm gonna try and do female voices for characters. But I think really this is gonna be the normal voice for today's stream. My masked voice, which is not the most ideal situation, but still. What the fuck was happening last time? Oh, that's right, that's right. This was, okay, so, that's right, so we, figured out that there was, something going on with the, we got the new forensic technique with the blood and the stuff. Not the blood, the DNA stuff, and they're like, oh, actually, that shouldn't even be connected as evidence because, wow, this is new technology and we don't understand it. Mr. Sato, it was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain the possibilities to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to continue and come to an end now, we would never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints and everyone has now seen. Hold on. I feel like there's something wrong with my mic. No? Okay, I'm just a little farther away from it. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree. Hold it. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Juror number 3. Oh, yes, I do declare that the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints. What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy. I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise. No, wait, you heard his lordship. It's not fair to dig them evidence. Hell yeah. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. We didn't do shit. That was you. Just one more juror changes his or her mind. Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. I couldn't have done it without you. Oh, no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success. Shamspeare. Why Mr. Shamspeare? Why Mr. Shamspeare? I think I'm gonna be using. I think today's the day the voice acting stops for right now. I think we're gonna just keep it to this as much as we can today. I don't know what the fuck happened yesterday. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it. Very well. Fuck it. My voice actor senses are telling me to keep going. Very well, counsel. Very well. Continue, counsel. Oh shit. Logic, me, logic, me, all the evidence. Very interested in the results of the great detective investigation of the scene. Decide the evidence is worthy of consideration or not. Us, the jury. This can come for free, cost a fortune to deliver it around the men and maintain the pipes. Told my wife shows up for me as almost sketchy at times. I don't believe in breaking promises. We've come to a decision with so much as up in the air. Let's... Oh, and I don't have a press option. What in the court record do I have that will change people's minds? That's the evidence we used, and now people are like, well, wait a minute, that's not admissible evidence. Because Lord Van Zeek's racist extraordinaire over there is like, I'm gonna lose this trial, and I can't. Huh. Logic meaning I've heard all the evidence. Have we considered all the evidence though? Oh! So I can't use this to pit against any of the... Wait, hold on. Wait a second. If I pit... Oh! Okay, so it's only these three that I can pit against. That's fucking weird. Alright, I can press you. What do you wanna... Oh, yeah, we've seen this. Well, your so-called skin prints. Oh, okay. So now we have a second thing. It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth on the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Yes, you know, it's playing on my mind. Well, as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides... Yes? Even if it had been up to some mischief with the gas pipe a dozen times before, doesn't mean you got up to the same shenanigans in the night in question, does it? Oh. You can't make your case better than that. I'm afraid I can't change my stance. You do make a very valid point, sir. What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. Y'all are the most fickle fucking jury I've ever seen. Y'all... No, wait! Oh, you got your chance here. You got your chance here, haven't you? Start proving your theory. You and your Japanese cohorts can, that is. Wow, fuck you. Just leave our nationality out of this, please. There we go. See? There we go. See? Naruhodo's got it. Hey, sexy lady. Hey, Batata. How you doing? Am I available? Yes. I am single. Very, very single. Good deal. Thanks? Question mark? Let's see. Any evidence have improved blue on the pipe? I am feeling fine today. My voice, on the other hand, is feeling a little. How's the politics in the U.S.? Yeah, bad, as per the usual. Bad as per the usual. President, how's it going? Bad as per the usual. I can't prove it. I can present evidence. I have a supporting testimony. Sure, I'm sure you're enjoying the summertime. It's hot and humid. And I stay inside most of the time, so not really. I'm enjoying staying inside where I have some sort of fans, I guess. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it. What? Testimony? That's incredible. What was testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. The person's testimony reveals the details about the gas and the Garrett resident last night. Mr. Garrett.
Take that!
Oh. Well, Mr. Foreman, does that convince you? Oh, well, I was thinking that maybe witness spoke about the gas on the night in question. Yes, there was someone. Yeah! Mr. Garradab! I thought too, but I obviously chose the wrong person. No, I didn't. Who else did that? Who else spoke about the gas? Come on, let me get to the fucking... Come on. Have to get all the way back to that dialogue. I hate that about I hate that about the fucking Ace Attorney series. It is, I have supporting testimony. Who the fuck spoke about it? The details about the gas the Garrett's resident last night, namely. Maybe Saseki? Namely Baron von Z. Wait a minute! Adron B. Meterman.
Take that!
No, never mind. I guess it wasn't. The fuck? Hold on. We save scum this. Save scum this motherfucker. Let's go. Maybe I have to press the other guys again.
Hold it!
Come on. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. Your new career in nothingness. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Turn your attention to the next juror's assertion, please cancel. Okay. I don't think he at all will have anything useful for us. So I'm gonna have to keep going with this guy. And I have to figure out who the fuck spoke about gas on the night of the goddamn... It must be Saseki then! Like... either Saseki or it's fucking Shamspeare himself.
Take that!
It's Saseki. Got it. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Saseki Natsumi himself. The defendant? At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsumi said the following. My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. I am not doing his voice. Even on that fateful night it happened when I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out and somebody tried to kill me. Oh, wait a minute. He blew in the pipe. I think what's happening, what we're trying to assert here, is that where this is leading, basically, is that Mr. Shamspeare, William Shamspeare, blew into the pipe, into the gas pipe, blew all his lights out, and blew out the lights of Saseki. Because their pipe is connected. So in essence, I think maybe in a fit of rage, that he lost the argument, maybe Shamspeare, or maybe he's been just doing it because, I don't know. But he causes the problems in Saseki's room. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not? Good golly. So that Shamspeare fellows blew into the gas pipe and to make man stove go out on purpose? Now hold your horses, what would you do that for? Oh no. Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? You cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there's more to this case than meets the eye. Ugh. Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, a man of logic, first and foremost. That's 4 jurors leaning leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Oh. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Objection!
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding lamp in the Mr. Shamspeare room to be examined. There are traces of poison there.
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nibonese friend's Wow! Fuck you. You will recall, in order to check for the presence of the poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Yes. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine even if poison was spread on the pipe, it would have been completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipe work where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use leaking gas to commit murder. Yeah, I think that's where we're leaning.
Order! Counsel! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shamspeare wanted to end the life of Saseki.
Take that!
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. The gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. Freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garrett, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsumi isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious!
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. What? How can you still claim that? let us indulge your fancies for a moment, and assume that there were indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises is who put there? Who put it there? Who did put it there? The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Would that not be considered self-defense? This man is trying to kill me. I'm gonna kill him first? I mean, I feel like at that point, both parties are in the wrong. Both should go to jail. But like, I feel like that is a form of self-defense.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant weren't aware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the pipe with poison? Give me a second, I have to use my RX vape. I need to inhale poison.
Not poison. It's a steroid. A steroid that is prescribed to me. I can legally use this Twitch. So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs? Ah, you mean to suggest... Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was clearly a retaliatory attack can only have been the accused Mr. Saseki Natsume. Uh-oh. Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless of the potential of a potentially lethal poison attack. So was Saseki! Just because he's Japanese, Van Zeeks, does not mean he was any less susceptible to a poison attack of gas. The only person who could have possibly perpetrated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. Defense counsel's theorizing failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Wouldn't you agree, my Nipponese friend? How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings again against us. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage. What advantage? Well, it would seem that somebody put the poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So you must name the person now, and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. You mean, name the true culprit? I wouldn't know the true culprit. I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all. it happens. An possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, all pointing to a particular person now. The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. What? Don't you worry. We know exactly what... There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. Now, I might have been spoiled a little bit when I was looking up answers for last time. So, unless... I think it's this? I could be wrong, though? Options. Record, save.
Take that!
Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green. I feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past. Counsel, but I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green. The woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Miss Natsumi was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, of course. Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe, but I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed, she appears to have a rather fine alibi. True. The night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital unconscious. On the face of it, it would seem she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday. Found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious, she had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought in to the witness stand to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray, what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, I never heard of her. Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least not by name. As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution, here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Japanese friends pass through to its conclusion. I appreciate that. The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
Very well, I grant the request.
Excellent, I hope.
Defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I am afraid the defendant and his culpability will remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, councils. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
So yeah, if I had continued it here, we would have been like probably a 4-hour, 20-minute stream. Place it. Throw my cheese in some. Ah, good morning, my dear fellows. Ah, Herlock Sholmes. May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent. I thought the tea was innocent. Oh. Oh, as I said yesterday, we're gonna be ending the stream early. Either at around 4 o'clock or when this trial ends, whichever comes first, you know. Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says. What is it? What when it's nearly time for luncheon? Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything of this sort. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. Today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, doesn't it? Oh yes. And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? I'm feeling attacked here, Sholmes. And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. What? Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? Not really? Oh, yes. Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night. What are you, snake? And the results? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by a fit of drowsiness. Shocking. And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. No shit. I think most of us probably knew that already. What others presuppose, I prove by examination. That, my dear fellow, is a scientific method. Ah, yes, and one more thing. You remember this? Ah! Yes, of course, it's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty. But such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine. So I was right. Perhaps, though, of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Sholmes, did you do that? Traces of slacking poison and strychnine inside. Okay. Could I have a word? Oh. Gregson, how good of you to come. Oh, forget it. Excuse me. Wait a minute, Inspector. I, don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. The look on your face, I say it's someone else's who you think is making a nuisance of himself. My dear Inspector, please, speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me. Do you have results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shamspeare's room? Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. Dead convicts, actually. No, you mean the man from the newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamspeare's room? A man by the name of... Ah yes, Selden. I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. Something in there that, well, it caught my eye. Something caught your eye? What, Inspector, what? Copy the relevant print and pass for you, so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you. The capital offender's file has been in the yard. Convicted Colonel Selden. That includes the newspaper article about him dying of illness in prison. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna read these myself. Okay, man. Investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Natural causes were listed in prison. His former moments witnessed only the cellmate. The estimated £1,000 worth of loot he stole remains undiscovered. What does this prove? I think we already established that he had loot. Documents. Include the details of a newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm making sure that things get handled in the proper fashion. Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in this crown. Shining diamond in the rough. Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. I don't want to owe a lawyer a favor. Like, it's not my idea of a good time. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all, certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in the floods of tears, personally, so best of luck to you. Locum student, Mr. Naruhoda, Esquire. Yes, Mr. Natsumi. It's time, isn't it? Yes. This is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspeare. They're going to be the final battle. The final boss of this court case. I won't really have saved Saseki-san, until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. It's all coming to a head now. Do it, Ryunosuke. You have to.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court in session again now.
Prejudiced! 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 How fitting of you to use the word prejudice, you fucking racist prick! Prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to the amateur newcomer from the dubious eastern shores. Wow. Thank you for that backhanded consideration.
A rather cold assessment from the Honourable British Prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord Vanzies, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand?
Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in.
She's allowed to paint while in the witness stand. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court, please. William Shamspeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim to be pitied. Where, you gas thief? Currently unemployed, in other words. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no, not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit that she has no talent, I suppose. I feel like this is a lot of online artists. Also currently unemployed, in other words. What a coterie.
Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent of taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
Miss Green.
Yes?
You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to the court today, I presume?
Yes, the officer did explain. Reminds me of the "I was stupid" shirts. Yeah. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady, die to live. What? Verily, I know not the prickly, pea-pigmented personage. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pea-pigmented personage. Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. We need to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has been any involvement in this affair. It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed the neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that man was poisoned, I was still in the hospital, fighting for my life. Yes, I've been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garadeb household. Yeah, can we stop showing that same picture? An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I'm not sure how a knife rendered her unconscious. Did we figure that out last trial? In that trial last game? I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife, through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your ears are better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel. Maybe better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeare's lodging is the Briar Root incident of 6 days ago. That's why we'd like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no! The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful accident? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspeare. But what happened 6 days ago is nothing to do with me being poisoned. Still.
On the subject of the incident that took on Briar Road on the 17th of February, blah blah blah, yes.
Witness testimony. The evening of the 17th of February. It was 6 days ago, about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow, and I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, I happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings. Do you know a huge red stain on her? I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper. Hey, so last time we found out that Miss Green was going to a tavern to meet with someone who, you know, may or may not have information on why a certain someone, say her lover, died on the evening he died. First time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all this business. Meanwhile, you say you were not in the room, Mr. Shamspeare? 'Twas the following morn, when I did awaken, that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of law make on the floor above mine! And Saseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. I suspect that there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance. True, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance. I'm not sure. Something lurking in the shadows here, I feel certain of it. This is my one chance to expose it.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
Yes, my lord. But before we do that, we're gonna go on a break. Our usual 10-minute break. So I suggest you guys go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, feed your animals if you have, and if they need to be fed, and also let them out, And as always, as soon as I get all this shit settled, all this shit set up, we'll have our good friend Sora running the stream while we, oh my god, are done. So I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. How long has the mic been on? God damn it. I thought I turned the mic off. Whatever. It's fine. Hello, we're back. Oh, something's down the back. I'm just gonna press everything and... I'm well acquainted with the case. Sorry to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. Woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested. Yes, the incident has been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with you awakening and should now be forgotten. Yes, I suppose so. Thank you. But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day, for us to arrive to the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement.
Hold it!
What were you doing that day, though? What do you mean? The art school you attend. What's it called? Ah, yes, the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the Underground. I believe you mentioned that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh, yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture. The witness is a student of the art. Study-whittling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas. That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of this part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term? Point is, she's definitely hiding something. Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth. It must mean that her reason for not wanting us to know, that's the key to this, okay. And you, Mr. Shamspeare, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago. Would you tell the court what exactly you were doing? 'Twould be my pleasure, sire.
Hold it!
A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the Slug and Salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel on the East End. And a little unexpected, I feel. What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks? The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining for the locality, at least. Not an established you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room. Now! Lord Van Zeeks just goes, this bitch broke as hell. How the fuck are you affording the Slug and Salad? The menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness. Would have expected Grub's Grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea like mush. all equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. Specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment? Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally does stand out. Mr. Shamspeare's own actions on the day of the incident days ago were slightly suspicious. Wonder if there's some evidence that could explain these actions. Do I have some evidence that could explain these actions? Let me check. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. Oh, oops, oh, hold on. Wrong button. Here's something in October. Okay, so he probably died like before that. Let's try, I guess. See if there's maybe a clue in here. Mr. Shamspeare. Yes, sire? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize? For a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakst. Very well. I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day, namely... Oh, we might actually have to get her side of things before we do his side of things. Oh, shit. I'll just present this. More things happen on Earth, don't be a possibility. Ratio? Believes the line from Hamlet, Mr. Harrow. Eat a line from this message is the same. My Lebanese friend is wide of the mark. Hardly surprising given the witness's obtuse literary quotes. I think there is, but it would have to come from Miss Green.
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing really. It's nothing worth mentioning. You remember, if you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green! What was that? She clearly hid something behind her back. Yeah, there we go. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? This has nothing to do with Duncan. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Sir, what do you know about a Mr. Duncan Ross? Mr. Shamspeare, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be, that is the question. Ah, pray, forgive me. The great bard's word springeth from within me, with ne'er thought. Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? No, nay, sire, it was nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but say, sadly, nay. Lodgings be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. You haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours?
Miss Green.
Me, my lord? Oh, have I done something wrong?
The card that was mentioned before, containing the note. Do you have it upon your person?
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. Actually, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please.
There we go. Of course, that's what links Mr. Shamspeare and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross.
Now continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green.
And there... I need to press first again, and I need to present the evidence at the plug and salad thing. I do love that Van Zeke's... I still love that Van Zeke's was like, this broke-ass bitch can't afford the slug and salad. Why the fuck was he there? Yeah. Present evidence. Yeah, we had to do that. We had to get the card from him. We had to get the card from the testimony there, so we could tell the court that this card contains.
Take that!
Oops. Wait. Oh, good Horatio. There were more things. Excuse me? No? Fuck you, there's a thing in here. Give me a sec, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, hold the fuck up. Give me a second. Sir? The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Screen strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. What is it? Maybe the envelope is torn. I'm almost sure I've seen the exact same shape somewhere else. Oh, you don't mean... You thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up. It goes together perfectly. Torn off envelope clearly belongs to the card. Okay. Anything else? No? Would I present this? Oops.
Objection!
I wouldn't put that. No, I would not present that there. Neat, okay. Shit. Guess I'll press on this so we can get the whole thing. Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial, did you? In the early hours. Exactly. So how could I have anything to do with it? And yet you still had me here in court like this. Honestly. At the time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Could there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you? And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit. Well, you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your valid claim, have you? None at all. There you have it. The good lady has yet to see any evidence, my learned Nipponese friend. I'm working on it.
Counsel, I would like to point out here that the jury's next decision will be final.
Really up against the wall here. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you pursued Mr. Shamspeare wonderfully here. Worked out well, hasn't it? You have a new clue at last. Alright, now we need to pull off the rightly insightful objection somewhere. Well, as you've managed to expose the promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that. Yes, of course. And yelling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose. Hold on. So it's obviously something here. Is that the slug and salad? And for why? I'm gonna look up a guide. I am too tired for this shit. Antechamber. 6 days ago, press on statement 4, pursue him. Oh, that is the dimension of the torn up envelope. Press on statement 3, tell him the in the restaurant. Choose present evidence and present. I did that! I guess I did it before I did that. That sucks. Okay. Sometimes this game. Okay. Sometimes this game.
Objection!
What? Wait, what? Wait! I did exactly what? Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I have to get the thing. Okay. Press the statement. Can I please just get all the way through this? So I can skip this shit? Now I present this.
Take that!
I believe this card reveals the answer.
Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean?
That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shamspeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe there's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shamspeare? Well... Excuse me, can I say something? Yes, Miss Green? That card was delivered to me. Doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely... My lord, may I? May you what, Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include the details about the peculiar note.
This note was delivered to me at my address. It has nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. And yet, the torn off part of the envelope is in his room. Take this, Miss Green. Fuck you! The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. Upon carrying the instructions in the note, you found yourself in hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible. Everything that happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens it fits along perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Where did you find that? In Mr. Shamspeare's room. In my room? Mr. Shamspeare, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Yeah, well... Your actions that afternoon following instructions on the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shamspeare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? And you, Miss Green? What did I do? As this torn off envelope end of the envelope proves, then the note was originally in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So how is it came to be in your possession? I don't have the first idea. I'm a fledgling artist after all. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shamspeare's room and stole it. You did what? Sorry, thou hast to what? Almost breaking character. You broke... I mean, thou were in my room? What on earth do you want with me?
It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again.
Miss Green. Yes? Whilst you have the court's sympathy here, I'm sure for the suffering you've endured in recent events. Anyone found to be given false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. I do love when the prosecutors are on your side. When they're just like, bitch, what the fuck? The witness is just like, there have been multiple times in multiple Ace Attorney games where the prosecutors are just like, witness, why the fuck did you not include that in your testimony? Why have we not heard about this until just fucking now? Why did you think this was not pertinent information?
Very well then, witness. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of the curious anomaly regarding the note to Miss Green has to have received bruv shit.
Witness testimony. The anomaly of the note. I do remember now. It was a week ago, peradventure, that the note was delivered unto me. On the day writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the Slug and Salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening, I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see the note had vanished. I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here. As for the torn off place of the envelope, I don't know anything about it. Love the fucking arrow. It's so good.
You now claim to receive this letter, do you, Mr. Shamspeare?
Faith, 'tis so, my lord. Thou would swear to have set it upon the table on my humble lodgings. Yet 'tis clear to me now that since I returned to the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was...
A lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying.
I beg your pardon?
I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. Hey, can artists attend? Can fledgling artists in the audience or on the VOD attest to this? Is it that fledgling artists cannot lie? Is that a thing? When you sign up to be a fledgling artist, in the contract it says you cannot lie. Is that a thing? Miss Green, what the fuck? You can't just say I don't lie, because that would be a lie. Basically, everyone lies, except for that girl in Knives Out, where she physically vomits if she lies. The note was delivered to me at my address, besides. We all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? The part of the envelope that was without question found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer. Fuck you. The fledgling will do his best. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. See, he's on our side. He's like, okay, this has gotten way too fucking complicated. What the fuck is going on here? He's like, even I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm ready, my lord.
Very well, then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses.
Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamspeare's room. There can be no question of that. That's how she acquired the note. Yes, two facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. It's not a pretty one. Ugh. I do remember now. Twas a week ago. Peradventure, the note was delivered unto me. Okay. And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all? Nay, sire. Strange. 'Tis as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine, verily it is impenetrable. But Mr. Duncan Ross had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor, so surely you knew him, didn't you? Alack, if the choice is to be twixt I knew him and I knew him not, 'Tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare we were by small measure acquainted. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the slug and salad. Presumably that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature. Marry, naught will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So 'tis true, I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated.
Hold it!
So, even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared? Well, yes, sire, 'tis as thou sayest. Really? Pause for a moment before you answered. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall.
Really? You mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all?
I was not alone. Well, hold on. Before we go on with this testimony, I have something to say to this new chatter. Begone, bot! I was not alone with the slug and sour, my lord. No, 'tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. And all around me danced a great many companions. What do you mean? Flies, sir. Flies. Fuck you.
Good lord!
In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairies, perchance, from a midsummer's night dream, come to taunt me. I think they were just flies. I can't help but thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around. Is that wrong of me? No, it's not. Thereafter, on the evening yeah. Such idle thoughts ne'er occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas. Yeah, greater ideas such as who would win in a fight between fucking Romeo and Juliet. In other words, you didn't notice? Man, Zeeks is just so tired of this, man. Man, Zeeks is just like, God, get this charlatan out of my fucking courtroom. Dear God. I'd take my Nipponese friend over this. Yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding, isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? You have, so far, failed to give a satisfactory explanation to how you came by the notes. I am not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that. Oh, dearie me. What's Lord Van Zeek's getting at? I love that. Again, I love when the prosecutors are like, bitch, I ain't here to advocate for you anymore. You're lying to the court to my face. I ain't here to fucking excuse your lies. I ain't here to do that.
Hold it!
It seems that the note was actually delivered to Mr. Shamspeare about 1 week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened except you breaking into Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings.
Objection!
Well, for what reason would the witness have done that? I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Miss Green could only have come into possession by stealing it from Mr. Shamspeare's room. And yet there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. But if there was some other reason she broke into lodgings, though, yes, we can pursue that idea. Oh, the picture! The picture! The picture! The picture! Hold on. Actually, I am at one thing. So let me save. But I think I have a solid reason for this. I think I have solid reason to believe that it was this. Because this is Mr. Garadab with Duncan Ross.
Objection!
Apparently not.
Hold it!
So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Breaking the fourth wall there, lady. Introverted? Fie, this fledgling doth grittily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh, pity, wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, simple, ample woman? Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Holy shit! Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction hereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years, alas, to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. Know how to interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine. I am no Shakespearean actor, Mr. Sato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Is evidence, yes. There, that Miss Green did, in fact, break into Mr. Shamspeare's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter. Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes. I'm afraid to say. The outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Uh... My other theory is that I'm just gonna present the note again.
Objection!
Yeah, no, never mind. Hmm. Yeah, let me examine the bottle just because. And if there's anything to examine on it, the bottom, I guess. So this is the poison we've been hearing so much about. Strychnine. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here. Look. You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not. As long as we don't lose this trial. Jesus! No, even if we lose this trial. No, we mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhoda. Make your mind up, Sasato. God. These two. Clearly, Wright and Mia are descendants of both of these two. Wright and Maya. Sorry. Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey. I don't know. That's why I have the guide up, I guess. I have to put the... I didn't think we were gonna need to use the poison yet. It's a good thing I examined it, I guess.
Objection!
Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilt during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Sholmes' chemistry said, the liquid was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine. What? Strychnine? Very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare. Oh, well, I guess it was... yeah, okay. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason and for one reason alone. To use his RX vape. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room with poison. To lean in.
Can this be?
You broke into my room to... May seem incredible to the court. But from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shamspeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me! Jesus. Shamspeare's like, holy shit.
Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of a gas pipe with intent to kill?
Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts.
But if Miss Green did indeed set the odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely.
Well, it's a very good point. Perhaps not, my lord.
I beg your pardon?
There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as a part of the ongoing inquiry. As a circumspect criminal would have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoings at that time. Lord Van Zeeks. And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shamspeare's address. More activity? Yes! You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsumi, being arrested on suspicion of murder? That's right, and the defense has already proposed Mr. Shamspeare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsumi's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsumi had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shamspeare had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe. His intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant. And then 3 days ago, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsumi's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end.
This trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted.
This resulted in Mr. Natsumi returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out. Mr. Shamspeare was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier. Mary! Oh, was that Mary or Nary? It was Mary. With this new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan.
What plan?
The court recalled that the note gave instructions to visit the slug and cell at 5 o'clock. That the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for these instructions are now clear. To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time. To make sure I wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room. Knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed, how would she fit through the hole, though? Is this... What? It's fine. You know where. You mean to say the letter was written by Miss Green? Yes. In order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room.
Order! Order! What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. It's all tied up. Someone whose name we've heard several times over during the course of this trial. So that's what's behind all this.
You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life?
Duncan Ross.
Take that!
Duncan Ross?
That's right. Before defendant Mr. Natsumi took residence in the lodgings of Mr. Garadeb's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard that name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago. A man died in the strange circumstances of the haunted lodgings.
It does ring a vague... Ah, of course, yes, I remember now. The young man they claimed was strangled by the convict's curse or some such.
Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shamspeare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple. Ah! Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths. It's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story has lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean you... Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shamspeare. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Marry? Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shamspeare, you smeared poison all over the end of his gas pipe? I love that she has to have a box, I've just noticed.
This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different counts of murder?
Yes, my lord. That's correct.
Objection!
Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas, causing his judgment to be clouded. What? Why would Mr. Shamspeare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slighted. 'Tis lies, all lies. I deny every utterance. And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Green. I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. Oh yeah, not suspicious at all. Dumbass! Sorry? You're right, I suspected him. Oh. So I thought perhaps I'd find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh, vileness, oh, villainy, oh, tyranny, oh, rotundity of a woman. Wow. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. The whole place is falling apart. The locks on the door are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some terps and a piece of wire. Oh, awfulness, oh, artfulness, oh, tyranny, oh, profanity of woman. We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what your search revealed. Hold on, give me a second. Oop, oop. Well, I spotted the note that I'd sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Eh? Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Ah, yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it? Yes. This rather nice key. What are you doing with that? What the? Every ounce of color is drained from his face. Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine. I've inherited it. What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it. No, ugh. What's all this about? He inherited that key? It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. So what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care. Give it back this minute. Give it to me!
Calm yourself, witness.
So Mr. Shamspeare has tried and in one case succeeded to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. The loot. So in Duncan and Saseki's room, the convict who died later in prison was in that room. And he so vehemently wanted that room. He wanted the loot. And so he's been killing the lodgers so he can get that room. Or at least get access to that room. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shamspeare at first. But considering everything we know, I think there is actually something that could explain it. What? I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal. Everything we've seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just got a glimpse of the link that runs through all these events.
In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present the evidence to the court in your support of your claim. What is it that you say could explain the motivation of Mr. Shamspeare's alleged crimes?
Capital Offenders File, motherfucker.
Take that!
Read it and wait.
That's an official police report, is it not?
The Selden file? How did you get a hold of that? Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsumi have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room.
Well, yes, we know this, certainly.
A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries.
I see.
And so it happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. That some £1,000 worth of loot that he stole. which as yet remains to be found.
Ah, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. It's written in this file here.
£1,000 lost en route to hell. That was how the paper summed it up. Seems one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. Not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. I'm sorry, are we insinuating that he was the inmate? What? The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock the container where the valuables were in. You mean this key is... Mr. Shamspeare, it was you, wasn't it? You were the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? It is a false charge, I tell you. A false charge! The name of the inmate who was with Selden at the time of his death isn't noted in this file. But a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is.
But even if that's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings?
There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. So, it all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shamspeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Begerdev's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice, because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shamspeare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it.
Mr. Saseki Natsumi? The defendant of this case, no less.
You decided to use the ploy of the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamspeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsumi. All for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on that £1,000 of loot left behind by the dead convict. Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch the neck.
Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the cops getting the mitts on it. It's in the room. Rose lodging. And they got me. Here is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you. You know, I guess, Shamspeare.
It's mine. Did you just say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh! Mr. Shamspeare. It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me, for the time being anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now. Do you really think I'd just give up? There's no question in my mind now. That man is guilty through and through. He seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of the loot. I'm afraid, however, the harder you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruto. There is a way. Pardon? There's one way I can finish him. No! He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on the loot. Means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed.
Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule.
Only there's some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. This is the final piece of this complex puzzle. I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where the loot is hidden. My lord?
Yes, counsel?
The defense would like to make a proposal. And about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we already are in possession of something that can give us a clue as to its whereabouts.
Hmm.
It's our last chance. Has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we used the same technique once already. It's definitely paid off then. We bullshit our way.
What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of this
Convict's Hall. So, kidding. The handprints on the wall, maybe? Hold on. We haven't used this as evidence yet. Let me examine. If there's any. There's one loose brick, almost looks like over there. I'm assuming it's the handprints or the photo with Mr. Garadeb, but I'm not gonna take any chances. It is the handprints on the wall. Hold on. Sorry. Snake sent me a message. I had to see it. It was good. Where is it? So it was the handprints on the wall.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, was there Mr. Shamspeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings?
That's right, my lord. I suppose the result of the defense. As a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective Mr. Sholmes. Great detective. Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be dented by a man with such a ridiculous title? I should think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shamspeare. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of the most ridiculous title. Herlock Sholmes himself. What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Ah, Mr. Reaper! It's been too long, and I see your complexion has worsened since we last met. Bit you pale as hell. Mr. Sholmes does not know Leonard Ramsey. He does know Leonard Ramsey's then. Well enough to say something like that in any case.
Mr. Sholmes, though you may be held as a great detective by the population at large, does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord. Mr. Sholmes' newly developed forensic method has helped us uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say?
I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. In the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities, we need only a small sample of something from the individual that previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you had been holding, elementary. So now, Mr. Naruto. Yes. What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering your help, Mr. Sholmes. We need the sample to help locate Selden's loot. What form will the sample take? Present a person. We'll need something of Selden's in order to create the indicated solution to find his loot. And something the convict owned happens to be in possession of somebody listed in the cult record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? For whom can we obtain the possession of the late convict Selden to create the indicated solution? Miss Green.
Take that!
Miss Green. Me? What do you want with me? Key around your neck, if you please. Sorry? The key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Mm-hmm. Mr. Shamspeare, as one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's haul is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Ah. So, Mr. Shamspeare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key. No, give the key to me! Jackal shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shamspeare. No. You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. Oh, shameful spear! Despair! Be thy name! Did he explode into confetti? What the fuck? Never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all. So you'd have to have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods. But after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him. He refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Mr. Garrett really has a lot to put up with. He had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And the Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Miss Natsume. What unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance. It wasn't to be. No, it was sealed off by the guards and the police night and day. If I remember rightly, Mr. Shum spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why on the day Mr. Natsumi was acquitted and he returned to his room, he once again tried your trick of blowing out into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, the action would lead to you into a deadly trap. William Shamspeare. How does it go? To be or not to be, that is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. But let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. Hell yeah. At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply? Yes, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. They say it's the convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is. Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms at my house, why don't you, leave the horrible room tonight? No, I better not. Oh, we said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember? But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen. I insisted he leave that terrible room that instant. Instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped, Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up to the road to Grub's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him. Sat myself down next to him. With some watery-looking soup. Started to pick a quarrel with the publican. The place is cursed, I tell you, cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me. I wake up in the middle of the night freezing to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. The pipes have been checked, no problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking. But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
Rumor? You mean...
Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems. How they go around checking the pipes. Juror 3 is like, I fucking told you! How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework. That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind. It just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this. One of the black markets in the East End. A black market? I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident? Or was it murder? And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. A poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with and wait. If Mr. Shamspeare is innocent, nothing would come of what you've done. If he was guilty, he'd pay for his crimes dearly. I've found out the name of the man I suspected. William Shamspeare. And I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough to, so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. And of course, Mr. Shamspeare followed the instructions to the letter. I worked out that with the gas pipe boys straight away. I smeared a good amount of poison. I bought all around the mouth of the pipe. Time praying the devil's work wouldn't be done. It was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying the devil's work would be done, and that the culprit would get his just desserts. In a way, it's a crime of passion.
"3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward.
Yes, my lord.
Certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that would be subsequently found lurking behind the scenes.
It's been a long road, Mr. My Nippy's friend. Oh, yes. And one I certainly don't envisage walking with you. I didn't envisage walking with you. What if the judge was like...
Van Zeeks, look, I understand that we all have prejudices, but can you, just not in my courtroom, please? Nevertheless, here we have reached the tunnel at the light of the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
You'll be henceforth stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamspeare.
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shamspeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Saseki Nasumi here present.
Mr. Naruhodo? Yes? Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle? I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. It's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems. Well, personally, I'm glad you're being here, Miss Green. Oh? I'd like to believe that It's a blessing Mr. Shamspeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. Oh, because of you, I chose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last. Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green. Making me tear up. Shut up.
Mr. Saseki Natsumi. Yes, my lord. The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I will call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to provide a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty.
Yeah! Woo! Fireworks in the courtroom. Very, very unsafe.
Court is adjourned.
Trial's not ended. The case hasn't ended yet. But after we get through this case, I don't think we'll be at 4 hours. Case isn't ended because we have all the other shit to go through first. I don't think we'll be ending at 4 hours. I think we, sorry, at 3 hours. I think we'll be ending at, well, actually, it could take 30 minutes. You never know. 23rd February, 3:24. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh yes, yes, at last, divine justice duly done. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would have shaved that mustache. No! This has nothing to do with my mustache! Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Once again, you saved me from my doom! I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsumi. Congratulations on your acquittal. Your second in almost as many days. I was first acquainted with and gained affection for the English literature while in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books. You've had such a difficult time, haven't you? Ah, but a week ago now. I dragged you out of that dark and into your room of yours, did I not? You did, and I've seen more of life in this week than in all of my years to date. For the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there is nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are a few genuine differences. Yes, humans are human. There are few genuine differences. I wonder why politicians can't understand that. Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that and come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live. Again, I wonder why politicians can't understand that. Certain politicians in general. Well said, well said. Come to feel the same way. I've made a decision too.
I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
What? Just when we'd become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings. It really does. But I've decided I'd take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose.
Oh my! So you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsumi? How wonderful!
Oh, well, no. I mean, I won't presume to call it literature.
Why not?
When has that precise... and that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache.
I suppose you're right. Yes. Will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
I, for one, would love to read your work.
Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper.
Ah, that's very true. There is no salvation for a person in the dock.
The Reaper is when the Reaper is the prosecutor. Susato, stop scaring him! The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes! Faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
But that's not why I'm leaving. I mean it.
Objection! Fuck you!
And that was the case we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Soseki-san did return to Japan, submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. Back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial, on the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot, hidden by the now described convict in his former lodgings. Oh man. 24th February, 10:13 a.m. Mr. Natsumi's room. Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you to uncover this secret hiding place in just one day.
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson?
Grexy has been happily munching an agreement his whole time, you know, Harley.
That's not an agreement. That's not an agreement, Iris. I think he's just frustrated.
Happily? I think perhaps humorously might be close to the truth.
So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling.
And what's in it? What exactly is the loot?
Let us look then. If you're ready, let us examine the late burglar's hall.
What is that? It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar.
A collar? It's huge, though.
And look at the gemstone set in it.
You're not seeing the blood in it?
I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There's some dark stains.
You don't think it could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it.
On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt.
Good choice, Iris. Good choice.
And of course there's this emblem here. Large letter B. And a small crown. What does this signify, do you think? Oh! I hadn't noticed that! Feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been?
That's enough of that, I think.
What? What's the matter with this show? It's with that case again! All the color is drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this onto you. Could be valuable evidence, after all. Must be kept safely under lock and key.
Ah, yes. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot, and hand it over. Now.
Never seen such color that large before. Those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out most to me. At least, not once I noticed it. Dark marks on the inside of the collar. Stains. Could they really have been blood? Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now. You look very pleased, Iris. I am, because I was starting to wonder when I could use what I could use as a basis for the next of this month's story in the magazine. But this case will fit perfectly. It's been so fascinating. Talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I assume. The mystery of the knife in the mist, and the mustached man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I could make it a two-part story. Oh, I can't wait. You lived it.
A word, please, Iris.
Yes? What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. Out of the question.
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear?
Yes.
It's that fucking case again.
So it was that the second of Soseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity.
I did not expect the voiceover.
Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again. With an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
Intriguing!
It's good, but this would be a good place to end anyway. So, it's not quite 3 hours, but it's very close to 3 hours, so I guess we made our goal anyway. But yeah, we'll be of course continuing this game next week. It's gonna be a fun one. I feel like it's gonna be a fun trial. It's gonna be a because this after I had seen a little bit of this case. Most of the case was blind for me, but this case is totally blind. Oh hey, that is. Oh, I need to change the text. I need to change the text color. Who was that? Aelin? Give me a second. There's Stream Elements. Aline. I think. Is this your first playthrough? Yes, it is. It is my first playthrough. You came just at the right time, because we're ending. but yeah, we're ending the. This is the second case. This was I just finished the second case. So we're ending the stream today, but next week we'll be continuing it. But tomorrow we will be streaming tomorrow as well. Amazing! Excited to follow along. Oh, thank you so much. Damn, right at the end. Yeah, I know, dude. Oh, I know. But tomorrow we will be streaming, not this, but we will be streaming, the Wheel of Roguelikes. For those of you who don't know, I've been trying to beat a roguelike on my PC for, I think it's been 7 months now, and I haven't. The Wheel of Roguelikes has its last chance tomorrow, in which I will be playing the roguelikes on that wheel. And if I don't beat a game tomorrow, or if I do beat a game tomorrow, we will be moving on to a new game. And if we don't beat a game tomorrow, we'll be moving on to a new game. And then after that new game, we'll try and come back to the wheel so that we can maybe finish a game. Oh my god. But TLDR, tomorrow is our 7 months. My god. Yeah. I am bad at roguelikes, especially the ones I have. I've gotten close, at least in 2 games. But tomorrow we're going to be doing our Wheel of Roguelikes. That is going to be at, of course, our usual time of 1. And it's going to be a full stream this time, since today I had to do a not full stream because my sister is actually coming in today. My sibling is actually coming in today, and I need to watch the dog while my parents go and pick her up from the airport. So, yeah. But until I see you tomorrow, I hope you are having a wonderful night/day wherever the hell you live, and bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle.